When it comes to childbirth, Florida Hospital is nationally renowned, both for routine and high-risk pregnancies. And that's important because sometimes there are unexpected complications. It happened to Dena Jalbert, who had her baby somewhere else. Everything seemed routine until suddenly it wasn't.
Where it all went sideways was when we went home on the third day. I swelled up like a Macy's Thanksgiving Day balloon. So I called my obstetrician. She said, "Oh, honey, that's normal. Every woman has that."
Dena Jalbert's condition was anything but normal. She kept getting worse, to the point where she struggled to breathe. She rushed back to the hospital hoping for answers, only to find confusion.
So I grew very frustrated because each physician would come in and kind of say something different. "Well, I really think it's pneumonia." And the other ones will go, "I think you have congenital heart failure." Well, what is it?
She was sent to intensive care where frustration quickly turned to fear.
Very much so, because with each day that they didn't know, it made me more concerned. Like, well, how am I stumping them? How bad is this that they don't know? How have they not seen others like me?
What happened next was even more of a shock.
They drained 35 pounds of fluid off and I'm a very short individual, so
35 pounds of fluid and a frightening diagnosis, peripartum cardiomyopathy, a condition triggered by the excessive pressures of pregnancy on the heart.
I was a hot mess, just postpartum, hormonal crazy. That's a hard enough time to manage, to try to have thought logic and to try to process something as major as that.
Frustrated, frightened, and still confused, Dena felt she needed a more effective team around her.
So that's when I was put into the hands of the folks at Florida Hospital, and it was such a change. My physician, Dr. Fahey, was the best.
It can catch patients and doctors unaware, but the important thing is once it's recognized is to treat it aggressively with a coordinated approach between the obstetrician, the internist, and of course the cardiologist when it was determined that the heart was involved in this whole process.
Unlike at the other facility, Florida Hospital physicians made the right diagnosis and quickly implemented a plan of action that soon had Dena back to health.
Uh-oh.
Watch this.
And a year later, Dr. Fahey gave her the confidence and reassurance to try pregnancy once again. This time, there were no surprises. And with his help, the Jalberts welcomed their second child into the family.
All right, double high fives. Yeah.
Most people who come to cardiologists tend to be a little bit older, but yes, we have young people who have sudden events like this, sudden conditions. The stakes are higher, obviously, in a pregnant woman when you're dealing with two lives instead of one. But again, that's what we're here for, and I'm glad everything's turned out wonderfully for her.
Yeah, I tell him this all the time, and I think sometimes he kind of, I don't know if it rolls off his back a bit, but if it weren't for him, we certainly would not have Whitney, without question.
What was the difference? Dena says it was a totally different attitude in the way the entire staff treated her as a patient.
The number of people who came to check on me was amazing, whereas, my prior experience, I'd sit in there for hours by myself and have to call for someone to say, hey, can I have some more water? Or is anybody gonna check on me? Have we heard anything new? It's those little details that sound very simplistic, but when you're there by yourself and you're crazy like me, all postpartum and emotional, those little details make a difference.
Such a difference that Dena and the entire Jalbert family now volunteer to help raise funds and increase awareness so that other moms can better deal with the issues she encountered. Who gets emotional about their doctor?
I know, right? And so it goes back to your question, why do I now give my time? Because of that, because it's the little things, even down to the nurses, the way that institution truly partners in the care of the family. It's not just of the patient, but it just was such a marked change, and I'm so attached to it in that they truly care, and it makes an emotional impact. I'm a grateful patient in every meaning of the word, for sure. Yeah! Good job! Good job!
In those 2 little girls, Dena Jalbert and her husband have the family they always wanted. And for those girls, well, they're grateful to have their father and a very healthy mom.